What is going on here? Bro, is this thing freezing? I can't lie, it's freezing, but it can't stop us because on a cold, wet, and windy February, Arsenal are in red hot form. Gyokeres, they can never talk on my guy. Where's all them aesthetic merchants? Gyokeres is one thing. What are you lot telling me about Zubamendinho? Where's that you? I think his name is Chucks. He's one of the he's always commenting on my videos. Anything Zubamendi does, oh my God, he's overrating Zubamendi. We say now, you saw the rocket from Zubamendinho. Arsenal stocks are rising and we're taking flight like Heathrow. We're 9 points clear at the top. I don't care what you have to say about Liverpool and City. I'm just focused on our job. We've come too far. We've been through a lot of pain. We're in the driving seat. Now we enjoy tonight. Focus on Thursday because Brentford is going to be difficult and just keep it moving. So big up you lot tuned in. Please make sure you're smashing like buttons, you're subscribing and all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to get into how I feel about the game in just a moment, people. But, you know, it's been a minute. You know, it was lovely being on TalkSport, seeing everything. And I was looking like a genius. I was telling them, yo, Gyokeres second half, he's definitely scoring. He's a 1,000,000% scoring. And Zubamendi, big up yourself. You're a real one. Free Mikel Merino. He's soon back. That was a lovely little touch to do his celebration. Obviously, he's absent. We even got to see Eze, albeit for a couple of moments, people. What did you lot think about the game as well? Get your thoughts in. Pardon me, apologies, but hey, we're doing our thing, you know. We're actually doing our thing. Arsenal fans just trust me. I know it's frustrating when they do when they mock our celebrations. We'll be here all day, innit, about the double standards. Mikel Arteta can't step out of his technical area. Other managers can run up and down and celebrate. You know, big up Sunderland because on TalkSport, you get to at 3 p.m. you get to see like the warm up and stuff in it. I saw a number of Arsenal players creeping into their half, and Sunderland, you know, they were good sports. I guess that's just a Liam Rosen thing. So yeah, we've done our job. 9 points, 13 games left to go. We got a cup final next month. Apologies. We don't know how the Champions League is going to pan out. Neither do we in the FA Cup, but you have to be in it to win it, and we're firmly with a fighting chance, man. Where is DG? You ask at 3 p.m. I'm here now at 7, man. Do you not read, fam? But yeah, man, where the hell is he? The game started. We nearly scored. Calm down. I know, but I appreciate the fact that you look like me, man. I did say yesterday, watch along. It won't be here. We will be back on Thursday where Arsenal watch alongs are concerned. We will be watching Liverpool, Manchester City together. Apologies, people, but better late than never. I'm always here live in 4 hours. Big up, Gio. Tom, I was there, man. DG's here, man. He snubbed us at the Emirates. To be fair, I love being at the Emirates today, but I weren't there. If City lose at Anfield, that's 9 points. If that actually happens, we're winning the league. If City lose at Anfield, that's 9 points. If that happens, we're actually winning the league. All we can do, Boney, is just keep doing our job. Because last week, it was irrelevant that, well, they have this week as well. Aston Villa dropped points. City, if you don't do your job, that's the problems. And when you deep it, I do think from August to now, whether we've won, lost, or drawn, I do think we've been talking about the same things, but we haven't been that bad of a side. The problem is, like, the last few years, whatever we've been hasn't been enough to get over the line. So we have to be a different animal. And I do feel, while, you know, the draws that we've, you don't know how I feel about the 2 games against Liverpool, people. You know, we did get a point at the Emirates. I think we could have done better. Disappointed to lose against Man United. Manchester City at the Emirates obviously annoyed me. Liverpool at Anfield, we should have walked away. We'll get into the Sunderland game today, but we was within 15 minutes of grabbing those 3 points against Sunderland in the reverse fixture. There's been bumps on the roads and things like that, but generally we've been doing all right. We've been amassing 3 points. We've been the same things we entered the season trying to do, we're on course to do. But I have felt at times, when there's times to make, not because we know you can't win them all. We know we're going to win, lose, and draw. That happens with all football. But it does feel a couple times this season we've had an opportunity to really pull out in pole position and really move forward. And when other people have dropped points, we also have. Now, obviously, it's 9 points right now. City have played 1 less game. I personally think they have to win tomorrow, beyond the obvious, which is why I think they will. Fingers, toes, everything crossed. Liverpool do us a favour at a ground that statistically is not kind to Pep Guardiola, etc. And that'll be an interesting game because both of them teams' form is a bit mixed. Both underwhelming by what their fan bases wanted this year. Both teams, in my opinion, should have reasons to be cautious against the opposition, reasons to think they could do whatever. But we done our job, man. As long as we just keep doing our job, it is irrelevant what happens around us, sort of thing. But of that being said, naturally, you hope they drop points. I'm here, my boy. Big up Rob, man. I can always count on Rob to put some common sense in the chat. I was live on TalkSport, match reaction in the day and now, man. So yeah, as the big man himself has said, let's start hitting the like button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you haven't. Roll to 75k, DG Nation. Sounds surreal. DG, great job again on TalkSport today. Appreciate that. I feel my performance was dead today, you know. Like, I look at it like a footballer. I feel I didn't have my best of games, but I quickly browse through the comments, see a lot of trolling, but you see a lot of good comments. So as long as you know, I'm always repping, never hiding front line. And come on, you Gunners, and I don't want to get excited, people. But 9 points, top 13 games left, cup final. We parked that off. I keep saying it because it's been a minute since we've been in the cup final. I feel like the stars them are aligning, and you know we'll get into the game and stuff. But you know the whole squad is utilized. Before I forget this, I do want to ask you lot, like, obviously we want to see Calafiori play, but did it shock you to see Calafiori start today? And I would also say, we know Kai Havertz was going to play today, arguably, like we knew he was going to play. Did it shock you lot that Gabriel Jesus was up front? Did it shock you maybe Gyokeres was off the bench? Listen, Arteta, this is what I want. We're in the ugly stage of the season. Sometimes when you've got a developing partnership or football's all about relationships, individually and collectively. How the defense ties into attack, how the midfield, you get where I'm going. But sometimes I think you've got to be a bit cute and clever. And I do think the Sunderland and Leeds games, credit to both sides, two very different games, obviously, people, but I do like the angle. We know how good Sunderland are doing well, and beyond the obvious, their away form has been poor. Like us, they probably thought they could have snatched 3 points in the reverse fixture. They're over-exceeding expectations this season, and they're in with a chance of Europe. So beyond the obvious, they're going to be disappointed, but for me, I feel it was a carbon copy of the Leeds and Sunderland game. And I think as a manager, sometimes you've got to overthink. Sometimes you can't do that. And what I mean by that is Sunderland's manager cannot pronounce his name, so I'm not going to make a fool of myself. He's doing his thing. They're a very good coached outfit. We knew, like 9 times out of 10 in the Premier League, it's a bit of a chess match. Second half, space starts opening up. Obviously, we put ourselves in the driving seat. There's an element of they need to come forward and do something. And again, you know what? I might have had a good performance on TalkSport because I was saying we're going to grab one, saying we're going to get another one. I said Gyokeres is going to bang him. When it was 2-0, I was like, you lot, big up you lot that was there. You saw me, well, better yet, you heard me also and heard. You heard me say, listen, there's one more here. Now, granted, I didn't know it was going to be Martinelli, and Martinelli's like gambling, in it, because when he's in. It's like the good thing and the bad thing is you just don't know what he's going to do. And I like how whether he meant it or not, he delayed, probably delayed slightly too much, because Gyokeres, you know what, them kind of finishes are way more difficult than people make out. But lovely to see Gyokeres back, lovely to see the finishers or the impactors, lovely to get a clean sheet and get the 3 points. Obviously, I'm going to get into all of my thoughts, but these are just coming to me naturally. I do think we dominated from start to finish. I do think Sunderland in the first half gave as good as they got. I do think in the early period of the game, they were progressing from their half through our middle probably a bit too much. I love Raya. I think Raya, it was making me a bit nervous in the early proceedings. Saliba as well. Brian Brobley scores that goal, hits the target. Goals change games at every moment in it. So it could have been a different day. Thank the Lord it's not. But that's why in football you need to take your chances, which we obviously did. And I'm not being funny. Like in today's day and age, every game's a difficult game. Like every manager's, you know, a bit of a nerd in their own aspect. They know how to micromanage the game. Cool. Sunderland were missing players. And I must admit, being on TalkSport and just seeing football Twitter and football YouTube, I'm seeing a lot of teams with different situations. Man are now talking about, oh yeah, players being, who would have thought players missing and players being injured and referees make dodgy decisions? Who would have thought this was in football? But hey, man, you lot hold that. That's your business, because when we were saying that, nobody backed it. But it is what it is, man. Like, we're doing our thing. Gyokeres is finding form. It's the ugly part of the season, man. Like Kai Havertz, Gyokeres relationship is doing its thing. Big up Declan twice as well, double deckers, because you mashed to work today. You're so unfortunate that you never got a sizzler of a goal for yourself. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I think Madueke, he frustrated me a bit today. Trossard, I think, was good. Calafiori, couple times in both halves. We love him. You're here. Focus a bit hard. There was a couple stray passes and it happens. I was getting scared. I actually think Saliba struggled in literally the first 10, 15 minutes. So there's things we can improve, but it's the business. It's not really the business end of the season, but it's the business end of the season. 3 points on the board, reflect on the performance and look at what we could do better second. Just keep driving. We're in a good moment, man. And I don't know if we've been here before, but it does feel like we've been here before, man. Congrats, gang. Glocky class again, really impressive. Sell the high score at the club. That's what I keep hearing. Just not bad for a man wearing jeans, isn't it? All this talk around Gyokeres, not bad for a man flipping wearing jeans, is it? If my striker has more goals than you and he's playing in boot cuts or legging them tight legging jeans, boy, make sure you're doing stuff. You would think Gyokeres was signed for Arsenal Football Club for 100 odd million quid. I understand it. We've been dying out for a striker. His numbers were abnormal. Some fans, I feel, need to be forgiven for their ignorance of just assuming any attacking player. Obviously, Arteta's got things he needs to improve, but slapping any attacker up there and all it's going to happen. We knew there was going to be an exchange rate from the Portuguese league to the Prem. We knew there was going to be a bit of an Arsenal attacking tax because of how we play and how teams, some of it is Arteta's doing, some of it is how teams set up. But I'm a big fan of Gyokeres. And I do think there's a lot of fans out there that don't necessarily think Gyokeres can cut the mustard and whatnot, but they all want, beyond the obvious reasons, they all want him to do well. It's a weird one. It's like you really want him to do well. The man did everything to sign for this football club, and he actually, like, he spoke a lot about like how it didn't work out initially at Sporting Lisbon. These are first world problems. You know, I've watched a lot of your footage and all those things because I like to see what a player is like as a man, let alone as a footballer. You spoke about how you wasn't really rated in your homeland and there was concerns about if you'd make it. Didn't happen for you at Brighton. Concerns at Coventry. Then obviously from Coventry to the Portuguese league. Then obviously, you know, away from healthy criticisms and things you can do better and what you're doing, the Arsenal tax, the magnifying glass, all of that kind of stuff. Nice to see him putting some form together. Arguably one of the best players in the Premier League, full stop, if, you know, since the turn of the year or since this little period, he's been putting the ball in the back of the net. And it's lovely, and the collective comes first. If whoever comes off the bench and bags, whoever starts and bags, whoever's putting work in to make sure we keep a clean sheet, all that matters is getting points on the board, man. And you know what? I did like, beyond the obvious, big up Zubamendi. He changed our life. He's a genius. He's better than Thomas Partey. Been saying this, too far to turn back. You see them games, like at least the first half, yeah, like it's a bit cagey. Both teams kind of cancelling each other out. There ain't really nothing going on like that. I have always felt, and I think you lot do the same, like, sometimes when games are like that, you need a scream or you need a bit of magic, and Zubamendi did that in it. There was a point where Rice had a good effort. Noni actually put a good cross in and no one was there. There was more to come. I told you lot in the build-up to this game, we weren't scoring from a corner per se today. Sunderland are quite good at marking against them and mitigating against that generally. Obviously, they know what Arsenal are about and they have their own lived experiences from the last leg. So good to see we found solutions. Obviously, you know, anytime you score 3 goals, get a clean sheet, get a 3 points, can enjoy tomorrow in Liverpool and City and any other games. We're laughing in it. So if I draw for my notes, which I don't know if you lot could see when I'm on TalkSpeak, you see me writing, people. As I said, going into the game, they're away, they're 8th. They're doing amazing. They drew against us in the last game. They've conceded the least amount of corners from the Premier League. They're having a great season. Away form would have ranked them prior to the game 17th. So 10 points from 36. Respectfully, we've got to take advantage of that. And for me, it's nice to win at the Emirates in the Premier League, because I know since losing to Man United, you know, we've beat Kairat, we've had some good results, and obviously Chelsea and whatnot. But it's nice to win at the Emirates, and we knew it was going to be difficult. Today is how I felt about Leeds. I have all the criticisms and the praise for our team, but I am getting to that point now. Yo, just get me my 3 points, and I did feel before a ball was kicked, just get the 3 points by hook or by crook. Don't care how you do it, just get my 3 points. So the boys did that and over exceeded, if I'm honest, people. So yeah, man, it is what it is in that regards, man. And we all know the bigger talking point away from us getting the 3 points and extending our lead at the top is obviously the game tomorrow, people. So that's where I was kind of cool with, man. Like, we needed to just get that 9-point gap, even if it's temporary. So yeah, first off, did like our shape. I think Kai did his thing today as well. Big up Kai Havertz off the ball. I did like the fact that Kai shot as well. Obviously, he didn't hit the target and he didn't score, but I did like the fact that they were inviting him. And I did feel the people that the front three at times, the movement wasn't the best. I like the fact that he went for goal in that regard. So yeah, big up Kai Havertz for that. Obviously, Brian Brobley scores. It's a different kind of game. I did feel for the first 20, 25, it was a bit cagey. Not in a negative way, but it was a bit cagey. Sunderland looked like they were confident. They were carrying and moving the ball. Daniel Ballard is trying his best to rattle Raya as well. I do think he's pulling and doing the most in the box. Gabriel Jesus completely off topic. That shocked me that he's starting, bro. Stay on side, bro. You're starting the run from your own half. Just as I said on TalkSport, I'm not surprised with, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like I don't really have emotion in relation to Gabriel Jesus being offside. I've seen it too many times, if that makes sense to you lot, people. So Yeah, man, I think there weren't really nothing to really shout about. I do think initially we had to do our fair share of defending, but obviously it's nice to see Zuba with a screamer doing what he does. So I'm laughing there. It's obviously nice to see Gyokeres coming off the bench, instantly impacting. I think he was off the bench like 6 minutes when he scored, and the icing on top of the cake is him getting goals. And let's be honest, whether it's on Arteta or the players specific to the Premier League, the numbers. The individual numbers, when you break it down, it's not good. So whoever wants to get assists, get goals, do their thing, and big up Zubamendinho because well, we've said this a number of times. He is adding goals to his game. The same Declan Rice thing Arteta did in taking a six and bringing other stuff to his game. We are seeing that Zubamendi contributes in all phases of play. Dream to have if you're a defender in front of you, wants the ball under all sorts of pressure. Sometimes he's going to fuck up and be too casual. Very good in the middle of the park and affecting in the final third, man. The guy's he's a thinkers man's footballer, isn't it? You know, many people were saying Norgard is the Jorginho thing, maybe in terms of that coming into the side. Think of Zubamendi as a Jorginho, a younger model with legs and all of those kind of things. Like if we grabbed him when he was at Napoli and all those kind of things. So yeah, 3 goals, clean sheet, not complaining. Zubamendi, Gyokeres, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz doing his thing. Trossard got an assist as well. Kai relationship with Gyokeres is working. The manager's decisions are working. You know, when it's a bit like Leeds, the start's a bit cagey. Both teams kind of cancel each other out. They're not trying to give us much space. When the game naturally starts opening, or the second state of the game, the subs are coming on and impacting and doing what needs to be done, man. So great day at the office, man. Like great, simply put, great day at the office, man. Zubi did calm the nerves. DG, we look so much better without Odegaard. Yeah, but then when Odegaard comes back and we're sourcing with him, great. Even Eze, there was a couple of actions. I'm like, yo, you might be getting your confidence back, you know, a couple little drops to the shoulder. Obviously, it's a non-story because he ain't been on the field long enough. But I hear that. But we've also put in great performances with Odegaard. Like, I'm not going to exaggerate a bit, but one of the games you don't hear me say all the time that I'm proudest about at Arsenal is the game at Newcastle away. Did Odegaard not come off the bench and play a key role? Moral of the story is everybody has a part to play. And let's be brutally honest, like, a lot of our players are hot and cold. They go through purple patches. Now, that's neither here nor there. If we just look at what we're trying to achieve and what is at our disposal, we need to play on that. Trossard's been in a purple patch of a season. It's not really the same because there's been consistency. Play on that. Kai and Gyokeres is looking like the thing right now. When it's not, try something else. Until we get to a stage where Saka on his day, we know there's inevitability there. Man on the left-hand side, there's inevitability there. Up front, as much as Gyokeres is doing his thing, Gabriel Jesus has started. I wouldn't shock anyone if Kai goes up there and Marino's there. There's 4 man. No one's really grabbed that. And this is not me being positive or negative. This is what we've got at our disposal. Utilize it. Get the job done, man. Gyokeres, man. Kai Havertz and Gyokeres will be a history-making partnership. Boy, Kai Havertz lifting the trophy after winning the champs at Chelsea. Back-to-back league titles in 2 different leagues for Gyokeres, where you could argue he's our second or third choice striker. Really struggled. Blood, Saka's tweet where he said you deserve better. We're going clear, man. But we need to put our left foot in front of the right. Just keep moving. Like I said, goals change games. So we probably could have defended a bit better for that Brobley chance. Obviously, you know, probably needed to create a bit more chances prior to Zubi scoring, but it's a chess match. Football's a 90-minute game. The playing field is even now. Like it sounds cliche, but every game's a cup final. Some games are difficult. Not the most. Do you know what's so mad? Yeah, every team, if they look through, regardless of if you support Arsenal or Wolves, yeah, I guarantee you the games on paper that look difficult have probably been a lot easier. And the games that look a bit harder, you get where I'm going in it. It's the games that, like Wolves, for example, obviously there's reasons for that, but games where you think it's not that you necessarily think it, but games where you think it's a walk in the park, they're some of the toughest. It's the difficult Premier League one. Big up BG and the members, them and the moderators. Make sure you're smashing the likes, man. What's the latest agenda by the rivals? I don't know, man. You got to give them like 24 to 48 hours to think of a new one, man. Big up Els, big up the 3-point debt collectors, and big up you lot for moving to Spurs. Hey, you lot are corner boy. Like I told Rance yesterday, man, corner boys. I see that little set piece routine from Mbeumo was lit. Spurs are shit, though, because it was a good idea and it was executed clearly well enough because United scored, yeah. But is it just me? I was thinking, oh, that it's a bit poor to let that, because he slide miskicked it. And please, footballing world, stop gassing up Christian Romero. Obviously, he's got pedigree. He's won a World Cup. He's won a Europa League. Most overrated man in a minute. How dare you compare him to Saliba and Gabriel? How dare you? How dare you? He's made a career of these bewildering decisions, man. I think he just don't want to be there, man. But it is what it is. I thought Calafiori was poor, but hopefully it's just rustiness from injuries. Super Soul Sick. Sounds like Gyokeres. Big up yourself, McLean, and obviously S. Sunderland made the game very physical. They play similar to us. I thought Brobley made a good battle with Saliba, but Saliba dealt with him on a yellow card. Saliba done well, man. Brobley, bro, have you seen, bro? Brobley might not be anything to scream and shout about. And I don't know how he came through at Ajax. Maybe IC free tax. What I mean by that is he probably signed for them at under sevens, under eights. He was built like a 15-year-old, but it's no easy, bro. The man's strong, bro. Like the man, they are pushing 100 plus kg on a chest press and all those things. It's difficult, but I do think Raya and Saliba early stages could have got a bit better. But that's what we have to do when everything seems perfect, which it is at this moment. 3 points, clean sheet, 3 goals. You can't get complacent. As much as we're happy, bro, tomorrow, focus on Brentford, because for me, I think these 2 games, we passed it. This is the most important one because of what I've seen on paper from Sunderland this season, because of what I'm seeing from Brentford. No clue. I think they're playing Newcastle. No clue of how that game kind of panned out. And we all know we got a North London derby, so you want to slap them on their heads. But left foot in front of the right, 1 game at a time. Pray to God everybody stays fit. Players that are in form, take it to another level. Players that are out of sorts, get it back together. Arteta keep boxing a bit smart, because I do think sometimes you get stuck in your ways, and then sometimes you get a bit cute and clever, like this Kai Havertz thing and Gyokeres off the bench and all of these kind of things that we're seeing. And what's that? Back-to-back Prem goals for Gyokeres, isn't it? And they say Gyokeres only scores against the small teams. Hey, you're right. Gyokeres, North London derby, I need it. Because I'm going to be on TalkSport, I think. So I need it. And that makes fans, that, you know what? That makes some Arsenal fans, big up Kenny Ken, but that makes a lot of rivals. Doing this pisses people off, man. Surely Arsenal don't bottle it this time. Could see a draw, even a loss with City tomorrow. I think City are going to win, but again, let's just do our jobs, man. Cala, Noni, and Jesus left much to be desired today. Yeah, man, Calafiori looked rusty. I think he was all right going forward. Obviously, element of rustiness. It was I'm sure in either half he played. And again, footballers play poor passes. This happens to everyone. But there was 2 that immediately Sunderland on the attack. I'm like, oh, you know what? It's making me nervous, Calafiori, man. Jesus and Havertz are almost similar players. But I think Havertz is more intelligent off the ball. I think Jesus is quality on it. They're both, yeah, in that regard, they're both intelligent, to be fair. Solid performance from Arteta and the boys. Gyokeres. Madueke was awful today. I don't rate the guy one bit, bro. Madueke, up it in it, because we don't know when Saka's back. He weren't back today. There's some rumours that he'll be back for Brentford. Some are saying he's targeting North London derby. Pardon me, we just need to keep moving. Somebody said Newcastle Pen. How did that pan out, man? Bum of the match was Manduki. Pardon me. We don't need to do all of that, man. We don't need to do all of that, man. Smash the likes. Man said this man CJ really flaked on the chat to go be Hollywood. David Raya is on his way to winning his 3rd consecutive Golden Glove. Zubimendi starts to become world class. Gyokeres starts to score. All that is left is to get the big trophy. Just keep doing it, man. And again, with Kai Havertz, I think him and Gyokeres understand each other. They both want to run in behind. They both want to they both want to run in behind. They both want to invade space. They're neither player the most prettiest on the ball out of everybody at that football team. Like, you wouldn't really want to see them do kick-ups, but they have an understanding. And I think with Kai, he wants to play forward a bit more. And, you know, I don't know if Kai is how can I make an example? Let's just say Kai Havertz got the ball and Declan Rice is there. If Kai's the deepest and he passes it to Declan Rice, and Gyokeres is preying the whole thing, Gyokeres is going to pre-raw. Kai's going to make the run off that shoulder. Let me take some man with us, where, not to make it about Odegaard, that's not Odegaard's thing. Odegaard wants the ball to feet. He wants to go searching. He's like the pass before the pass, for the pass, if that makes sense. And even that, last week, we won 4-0. We scored 1 more goal. Odegaard was class off the bench. There's too many hot and cold players at this team. But right now, accept man for what they are, and let's box smartly, innit? Saliba was man of the match, held down probably. I disagree, man. Excellent job trolling that BDG. Come on. Guess which Prem player got the most GA in all comps in 2026? Yeah, I mean, the last 8 games, who's got more goals? Gyokeres or Haaland? I'm just asking. I'm not even saying nothing. I'm just asking a question. Love to see you on TalkSport today. Keep up, DG/CJ. Come on. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. The Glock's landed, bro. It's landed. They thought we had a rebound. They didn't know. We greased it up properly. It's here to, hey, you see, Gyokeres, my guy, man. And I'm happy, man. When you can see a man's working hard and it means something to him. I love to see people in life, let alone football, get a bit I don't know the word, but a bit of fortune in it, man. Big up DG, very unique analysis today. Wow. Respect, man. Just saying all my buzzwords. Big up yourself, Danny. Gyokeres only 2 fewer Prem goals than Ikiteke. All the praise for him needs to start being applied to the big man. Bro, when Gyokeres was thinking up the place, there was bare algorithm dons, there was bare mathematics, bare heat maps. Man are calculating how many shots he's had out per game basis and saying goalies, this and that. That's cool. Maybe, for argument's sake, he deserved that analysis. So give my man the same respect. Give him the same energy. I need to see all these guys because some people need to. I think Talksport even not quite captured what I said. But when I say with Gyokeres, it's so ugly, it's beautiful. When you just accept, bro, there's other pretty man in this football team that can do the passing thing and whatnot. Ball in the back of the net. See what Gyokeres, all of Gyokeres' goals really, bar Inter Milan, way back then, Leeds at the Emirates. If he can do that, cool. But these little poaching finishes, that's all we need from you, Gyokeres. Away from the obvious, obviously, you got to do what Arteta demands for a striker, but that's something that's been the hardest thing to do in football is score goals. That's what wins you trophies. That's what keeps you in divisions. That's what keeps managers in leagues. So we need that in it. And sometimes play to a man's strengths. To be fair, though, Ikiteke would have banged. Ikiteke, let's be real, out of all the new striker signings, yeah, Ikitike's banged the most. What I would say is, and obviously Isak's injured. What I would say is, bar him, Gyokeres actually worked out. Sesko worked out like that. Waltmarder, they're not gassing him no more. João Pedro's doing his thing. But yeah, Liam Delap's probably been the worst. And he's some. I was watching Match of the Day. Not that anyone from Match of the Day watches me. Yeah, I know if Gyokeres had that first touch, it would have been analysed. I was like, because obviously they got all the games in it. Arsenal's to the left. That's where my attention is. But Sam was talking about Chelsea Wolves. Big up Cole Palmer, by the way. I looked at it and I see at some point Liam Delap's come on and someone's tried to play the ball in behind you and he's making the run. It's hit. I can't even describe it because you can't see. It's hit his heel and gone backwards in it. I know if that was Gyokeres, he's done for. Keep the receipts. I backed Gyokeres when the entire chat was on him. So did I, man, because I think too much people think they know ball, bro. So I want Gyokeres to do it because it pisses people off. Is Gyokeres my ideal striker? No. Is he the most glamorous? No. But he does something which people have struggled to do. Put the ball in the back of the net. I know I'm dream chasing a bit, yeah, but in the ideal world, I might go buy a next striker, someone that's going to be a starter. Gyokeres, you're part of this thing. Like, there's games for you. If a part of me is on that, we definitely need a left winger. Part of me screaming an even better striker, a left winger, 2 centre midfielders. You got to give Arteta something in it. Buy another defender. Let's flush the players that need to go out. And even for some players, man, some of you need to leave on a high, man. Saka and Odegaard going to be big in the next big games. Hopefully they deliver, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit shook about Bukayo, you know. I am a bit shook. Because whatever people say is our best left wing, I don't feel right winger, sorry. I don't feel comfortable there. I really don't. Big up Arthur, smash the likes if you haven't. But I'll step down from the man of the match thing. But he definitely didn't have a stinker. He had a disciplined performance against a very dominating striker. No, Saliba didn't have a stinker. I just wouldn't have him down as man of the match. CJ, prediction for Liverpool City tomorrow. I think part of me thinks we could see a mad thing, you know, like 5-4 each way. Probably not. It'd be interesting because there's logic behind Liverpool being a bit conservative, City being a bit conservative, City putting down the handbrake, Liverpool putting down the handbrake. I think if I'm involved with City, I'm feeling like I can get at Liverpool. If I'm Liverpool, I'm thinking I can get at City. Obviously, both teams are by their own standards struggling. One team's technically the holders of the Prem, shoddy defense of it, which, again, we need to get the job done. But based on what you saw with Liverpool in the summer and certain other things, there's many, like, we need to cross this path first, yeah, but retaining the league, there's certain things. City are still second, but them making such of a mess to the point where Man United fans, rightly or wrongly, might be sitting there like, yo, we might be able to finish second, you know? Didn't they do that under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? You can see Trossard was always looking for Kai, and Kai was always looking for Gyokeres. Like you said on TalkSport, we're going to need these partnerships in the run. And exactly, and I'll be real, it's squeaky bum time. There's 13 games. You look through our team, yeah, and the clutch dons. That's why, but on the obvious of him being injured, I'm pissed off Marino's injured because them kind of man, like for argument's sake, we might be struggling against Brentford. It's all been crap. One chance in the 89th minute, Ized has put us through. Him, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Magalhaes, Rice, they have that. Certain men are in a purple patch. Realistically, I like it from Gyokeres, but the case study at other clubs is there. The case study is not there at Arsenal. So when people are in a bit of form, we need to play on that. And football's about relationships. It can't just always be one size fits all. Now, granted, you don't have to, if there's 10 games, play 10 different things, but if we can get something out of Gyokeres and Havertz individually and collectively, great. Obviously, the Saka, the Odegaard, the Ben White / Timber, you get where I'm going in it. If you're here, you understand ball in it. So yeah, big respect to Sunderland, one of the few teams that actually come to play. They never gave Raya an easy pass out, bro. They're a very good coach team. They pressed well. They cut off the passing lanes. You know, I think they respected us at the beginning, but they grew in confidence and had the thing. They'll probably be, obviously, they'll go and look at the goals they conceded and maybe even ultimately when Jesus was offside, and I was Jesus stay on side because that means they're going down to 10 men. There's many things that they will look at. They will probably be goals change games. Now we could have come from behind and won 3-1 or 4-1, but one does wonder, which thankfully not, if Brian Brobley takes that chance, what would be said? Not always learning from ourselves. Sometimes you have to learn from others. And this is football. You're going to miss chances. You're going to lose balls. You're going to lose games and whatnot. But you see, if we're in games where we have a chance that early, take it, man. Take it. But yeah, clean sheet. Big up Ryan, man. I need him with a golden glove. What? Who's the top goal? Well, no, forget. Haaland's on 19, isn't it? Haaland's on 19. I was getting excited because someone mentioned Raya golden glove. I thought, you know what? Can we grab the golden boot? Can we grab the top assist? Can we do all these things? DG, is own goals and corner boys injured? When did we sign open play goals? Bro, this is why you need a squad. Shout out to Berta, bro. Shout out to Berta, man. Calafiori was fine. Bro, Brobley's a horrible player. Rashid, big up yourself. It's nice to see all Arsenal fans happy. Hey, are you going to say sorry to the gaffer? You're going to say sorry to their gaffer? Hey, he's up. Look, you see, man like Rashid's happy as well. They don't, I'm going to get him on the channel. I know he's feeling Arteta's thing now. I know he's, why for that? But you get definitely why. But you see where I'm going with it, man. I know you're, yeah? Remember I tried to tell you can have your criticisms about Arteta. He's not nearly as bad as you lot bang on. You know what I mean? He's a sound gazer. Sunderland press was good, man. They forced us to go long, but our quality showed out. I did like the moment at the end of the game with Xhaka and Arteta, by the way. Saka and Odegaard in the hyperbolic time chamber. 8 goals in the Prem. He's hitting form at the right time. DG, we need to see Skelly get midfield minutes. Yeah, but right now it's a 3 points thing. I can't lie to you. Pardon me. True, DG. We need to focus on the bigger picture. When's Dowman getting back? I don't know, man, but it'd be nice to see sooner rather than later. Zubi only scores bangers. Bro, what? He scored a mad thing against West Ham. Scored a great goal today. Maybe my mind's playing games on me, but I don't feel. I mean, that's what I like. Zubamendi is taking chances and scoring screamers. I'm not gonna say I'm more entertained by it, but who did he score a header against? Leeds, in it. That running in behind. This is what I mean. You know, Declan Rice was a world-class 6 already. He's taking the 6 thing, added goals, added all that kind of stuff. Rice was good today, man. He ain't gonna get the flowers and whatnot. Martinelli impact off the bench, Trossard assist. We're talking about Kai and Gyokeres, you know, but Rice. Do your thing. And like Rice said against Leeds, I don't know if it still rings true mathematically, but bro, if you want to do this thing, you got 4 months. And there's gonna be setbacks. We're not gonna, bro, there's 13 games. We're not gonna win 13 from 13. By God's grace. By God's grace, I'm wrong, yeah. But like I just don't feel it. This is football. We are gonna win and lose and draw. But the main thing is when you get an opportunity, take it. So then when you do have that stumble, there's a certain flaw. That's something we did this season. And again, I think the boys have learned from the 3 games that I've been bitching about. And what made me annoyed is, you know, you look at Liverpool at home, United defeat at home, and the Nottingham Forest game. I do think beyond the obvious, the things we haven't been impressed by, we've been talking about those kind of things all season. So then it's kind of come to a head. I think they've learned from that. When you look at that from an outward point of view, you know, that was 3 games. But in that 10-game span, 7 wins, 2 draws, 1 L. It's not that bad. So we just need to keep going. Saka needs 20 Prem goals. He'll definitely be selfish when he gets back. Bro, it's just make it happen, man. Shout out to the Wolves Nigerian striker taking away that clean sheet from Sanchez to extend Raya's golden glove lead. That was poor defending from Gusto and Chelsea for that. The 2 penalties Wolves gave away were horrible. Cole Palmer, 2 great penalties, and his finish from open play was quality, man. DG goes to TalkSport Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff to get a better stream. You know what? I missed you lot, but I'm not gonna lie, Arthur. It was amazing to what stream you lot watching it on. This froze, man. Yeah, man. Rice is a boss, constantly steering the squad on the pitch. Gyokeres, Glock 6 goals, 2 assists, last 8 games. I can't lie. Gyokeres got Bandulu assists. Complete striker. Let's be honest, none of us can remember them Gyokeres assists there, man. They were defo bookie, but it's cool, man. I only watch TalkSport when DG comes through. You're far too kind, man. There's a lot of good people there, man. Saka just knows the tactical shooting and passing. Gyokeres with more Sunday League goals, like the kids say, we're here for it. Calafiori and Saliba got to stop hitting the blunt pre-game. Harsh, harsh, harsh. Saka got an assist from Glock 14 kicking the ball against him. Hey, what Inter Milan? Gyokeres ain't easy on the eye, but he's a gunman. And this is what I mean. When you just accept he's horrible, like respectfully, like obviously, Haaland is the prestige version of Gyokeres in that, bro, if you want to be moved by the way them man play football, you're in the wrong sport. There's plenty of better like strikers versus strikers. Look at Harry Kane. It's probably a horrible example. Kane, for me, is a better footballer than Haaland. Like, he can do the goal scoring, he drops deep, he does all of that. But Haaland can do what many few players can't, inevitably. Even the fact that, you know, there's a lot of strikers that you ask them in pre-season before a ball is kicked from August to May, what's your target? They might, even now, I think they play a bit cute and clever. They never actually say their targets, people. But they would be happy with 19, 20 goals. Maybe more, but in the Premier League, he's on 19 now. And that looks rubbed. Obviously, hopefully it continues. He's been missing, but that tells you what we're talking about. Love Arsenal, hate the ops. That's the theme this year, and till the day I die, man. Smash the likes. It helps the channel grow. Has Gyokeres been the most analysed player this club has ever had? Can't think of anyone from us that's had this much pressure. Probably not, but in recent years, 1,000,000 billion %, 100%. 100%. You came to this football club with us needing a striker, with the backdrop of us wanting to get over the league, with all the Arteta kind of stuff. You know, there are element of fairity. You're allowed to be honestly and criticizing, but I do think it went too far. Like, and sometimes I think when people don't like a footballer, like, there might be 5 games where, oh yeah, Gyokeres was rubbish, man, and that might be right. But the next 5, we might not necessarily win, but Gyokeres has been okay. Fair enough, he may or may not have scored, and people are still banging the same old chestnuts. This is when I think things go a bit disingenuous, because you're not watching the game. You're allowed to have them reports and comments and stuff, but you have to comment on what you've seen in them 90 minutes, man. Nelly plays better with Gyokeres. Therefore, and that's another thing, because I do think Gyokeres has slowly but surely earned the trust of his teammates. I don't subscribe to the rhetoric they don't trust him and all of those kind of things, but naturally everybody's played ball. If a player is showing you they've got talismanic traits or they're getting better, you're going to trust them, you're going to feed them. I think Gyokeres plays a lot better when he's playing with man that are just direct, people that in our team that might have limited tools per se, but they try to find him. Like, I remember, do you know how quickly a football season goes? Because I remember when Woods was saying, yeah, Eze's the one that's trying to find him, sort of thing. Excluding Eze, Martinelli's not the most prettiest. Well, he's got ability. Sometimes he remembers Brazilian, but this doesn't work upstairs. I think he cooks with Gyokeres. Kai and Gyokeres, they're not the most aesthetically pleasing. You get a bit of a tune out of them. Ben White's even busting. We've come a long way, Gyokeres, man. We've come a long way, Gyokeres. We've come a long way. Because one of your best games prior to, without scoring, I think it was Fulham away. But I remember how vexed people were getting about Port Vale. If you know, you know. I remember everything. When Max Dalman's putting through and he can't even back against Port Vale, blood, Saka's being really and that. Like, you know, shut up, man. Inter Milan, Atletico, man, he's a bad boy. And if this is what you can do in your first year, what are you going to do next year? Sign a bad boy striker. Him and Gyokeres is you lot's team. Kai Havertz multifunctional, Marino multifunctional. Jesus, it's been real, my brother. It's been real, safe. Nelson's safe. It's mad we got Reece Nelson still. It's actually mad. But you've inherited this mess. I know you're going to clear up ranks, but yeah, man. Yeah, man. 2-2 draw between Liverpool and City. But I'll take a draw. I'd rather Liverpool win, but I ain't got no... In truth, I don't really care, bro. Man, just want to watch a decent game of football. Because sometimes I think, obviously, we ain't seen Liverpool and City like this, but sometimes like we might not have done our job the day before, and then you watch these games and you're thinking, what if... Obviously, ideal world scenario, you want us to win the last 13 games and the 14 that City have to play, one being tomorrow to draw us parity. You want them to lose everything in it. But it'd be very interesting. It'd be very interesting. Even if City crash out the champs and we're still in it, how are we gonna navigate, bro? Like this is now the period where the players got to put their big boy pants on and get the job done by hook or by crook, which they've done in the last 2 weeks. This is where Arteta's got to earn his money. This is why when you don't do things and it don't work, I have things to say. When it works, ain't got no smoke for you. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There was elements, not the same 11, but there were elements of, I think, carbon copies between Sunderland and the Leeds approach with these games, especially the second half. That got me 6 points. That got me 7 goals. Yeah, 7 goals and 2 clean sheets. Fed the York. Certain lefties don't want to pass the man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here with this, man. Sesko false 9 will cook United using him wrong. I still think if Sesko was here, I think we would have had the same struggles we'd have had with Gyokeres. I think any striker, I think even Isaac, but I think Isaac would have been the one to you can exist within the chaos. It could TK as well, but like yeah, it is what it is now, innit? Sunderland just hella awkward, proper English footy style. They ruined loads of rhythm of play. That first lineup was a mess, but it helped. Kai, Jesus need to be used more. That partnership could cook. I don't really. Jesus was alright. He weren't bad, but yeah, you told me this and changed my mind a bit. That's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for, man. Chelsea banger, Forest banger. Raya might get another golden glove. No, Mike, we're gonna do this, man. Yeah, mental vigilance. Your comments are crazy. That's not coming on the screen. We just need to win the next 7 to have a 93% chance of the league. Listen, let's just left foot in front of the right. Deal with Brentford. I then want to say after Brentford, we've got Wigan, maybe that same week. So progress in the FA Cup, grab the 3 points against Brentford, fuck up Tottenham Hotspur immediately. 1st of March, Chelsea, move to them. You've dealt with them. You've dealt with them. Deal with them again. Let's just keep moving. By then, or even the next couple of weeks, we will know not only who we're playing in the Champions League and the side of the draw, but how that all pans out on the fixture list. Because it's difficult, bro. Because what? The Wolves game, whether you rate Wolves or not, we're in the trenches. Man are tired. Squadded, they're kind of playing with a bit of freedom because they're going down. Need to deal with Brentford. Need to get the Wolves game, just away from home. Need to just slugfest, just get it done. You don't know I'm big on the performance, but I'll stop short. In fact, I'll stop short of the Wolves game. So today, Leeds, today, Sunderland, Brentford, and Wolves. Just get the 3 points. I will analyze the performance. 3 points. That's all I want. 3 points because we're at that stage now, bro. Like 3 points. I'm disappointed we didn't score our set pieces today. We're gonna score a set piece against Spurs, man. Like this, if we're gonna win the league, it must be capped off with another Gabriel Magalhaes moment, man. And you know what? That's probably the only time I was happy last season. I don't know why, but when our City 5-1, but when Magalhaes scored away from home against them, there's something different when Magalhaes scores. When was the last time he scored, bro? I need to see that. DG, my brother. Vincent, one love, man. Late joining the tribe, but happy with the win. But more importantly, to remind Mandem, I've backed and never doubted our striker from day one. Give him 10 chances, he scores 9, bro. Let him do this thing, man. Gyokeres laid it off proper for Zubi. Yeah. Having that fullback is important. I can't remember what season it was where fans said they'd rather be chasing, but as soon as you slip up, it gets tougher to catch up. It's true, and there's pros and cons of being the chaser. What I would say is Arsenal haven't got over the line, but we've done the chasing and we've been the chasers. Just take that and win games, bro. Like, just win games. All the other talking points and this has happening. United are back into a top 4 shout because of results. Then the talking points. Villa, they were in the title shouts because of the talking points. The only exception really this season has been Chelsea. Their fans, when they drew against us, they egged up themselves and said they're in a title challenge. So we're not letting them run away. We're not letting them run away with it. Gyokeres goals ain't pretty, but as long as the ball goes in the net, who cares? Exactly. And Victor is like a boulder going down the hill. He needs games to get his momentum and confidence going. But once he does, he finds all the ugly goals or assists and even makes the team drop back. The confidence as well, man, because you don't know I'm a big fan of Gyokeres, but I would say around that Chelsea game, like that, around them kind of games, the first leg against Chelsea, I was saying, you know what, kind of what we're seeing now, it's a super sub thing. Take him out the firing line. You're not really looking confident. And we know strikers are weird. Strikers are weird like that, bro. Strikers are mad weird. They don't score for 3 games. They look a shadow of their former selves. They score 5 goals in 3 games. You start seeing things in their game that we haven't seen before, man. What would you not say has been Gyokeres' best goal for you? Because I would say Leeds. Like, I just forget the magnitude of the game, just how the ball went in the back of the net. I'd say Leeds at home. I want to say Inter away, but the Atletico Madrid goal, because, bro, that's what I want. Like, someone, if it's going off your ear, your nutsack, your ass, who cares? Put ball in the back of the net, man. So, yeah, the conversation quickly changed from Arsenal only score corners to it's not about the corners, it's the method when other teams started scoring. Exactly, man. Square pegs in round holes. Arsenal fans just don't engage, because I don't know about you lot, but when we win the league, are you lot going to be like, oh my God, we scored X amount of goals from open play and then this corner, and oh my God, but these lot are taking short ones from out to win. And even that, like, people, are we going to forget the corner we scored at Newcastle? Who cares? Put the ball back in there, run me my trophies, everybody forward to the parade. And at this point, Arsenal fans, If you feed into the disingenuous agendas, there's people that don't support Arsenal that can have genuine conversations and ask proper questions like real footballing people. I'm not talking about them, but the evident agendas and moving goalposts at this point, Arsenal fans, and I'm only saying it from a place of love. If that stuff still gets to you, still pisses you off, and you still find yourself emotionally involved, I get it. We love this club, but you're doing it to yourselves. Why argue with an idiot? Because now you're an idiot. They're not an idiot. You are. Because now no one can tell the difference. Just let them, yeah, all right, cool. All right. Why should we care about people who don't care about us? This is where it is, man. Let's get to 100 likes, people. Hit the button. Arteta has been more dynamic with his subs now. It's a good thing. DJ, have you seen Martinelli post-match interview? He said he didn't mean to steal Glock's goal against Kyrat, and he has assisted him twice now against Leeds and today. Well, it's all worked out, man. And do you know what? Yeah, he has assisted him. Kyrat goal, I liked it, yeah, because Martinelli, like, there would have been egg on Gyokeres' face, but then the next week against Leeds, Gyokeres has kind of scored from here. And even you, shout out yourself, Martinelli, as well, man. Back to back, decent qualities in the final third. Super something. See, when Martinelli remembers he's Brazilian, he's different, you know. Project Yildiz 2026-27. He looks like he's about to sign a new deal for Juventus, man. You've seen him in the last 10 games. He has played clear impact, no headless runs into the ops. Hear it, man. Hear it, man. Did you see Arteta and Xhaka embrace that full time? Warm the soul card. Like, Xhaka's going to be a gaffer one day, man. The team would have played much worse with Sesko. No, Sesko, I'd said in the summer, I don't really care about Sesko or Gyokeres. Why I was cool with Gyokeres is he's a right now guy, because I do think Sesko, you can still do what we normally do of, he's young and that. The Gyokeres thing has to bang right now. Obviously, 27. I assume he signed a 4 or 5 year deal. He's got significant game, like, minutes in the legs, in it, years in the legs, years in his career. But I felt with Eze, which we need to get over the line, and obviously Gyokeres, I felt on paper they're not Arteta players, and I feel for Arteta, if you're going to be here, Arsenal's one thing, but for your development, Cherky on paper isn't a Pep Guardiola player, and even as Haaland as a striker, you could argue Semenyo would have been when it was more the Sane, the Sterling dynamic runners, but it kind of changed. They're the kind of things, man. I don't want to keep teams guessing, man. The double-edged sword is this brand of football has become predictable because we've been consistent in it. So just different ways of playing. And for a point, it ain't really happened now because Calafiori's been injured. One of the things I like the most this season is what we was getting out of our fullbacks. Like when it was Timber and Calafiori, obviously Calafiori got injured. We pivoted back to, really just being heavily down the right, man. Finally, after a while, we have a week off for the players. But how do we play Brentford and Wigan in 2 days? Go strong against Brentford. Rotate the side, obviously, against Wigan. Where there's a spanner in the works, because we are at home. Where there's a spanner in the works is, obviously, I'm not saying he didn't need to go out on loan, but you might have been able to draw for Wanyeri. Obviously, we don't know what's going on with Saka and Odegaard and their fitness. Marino's dropped out now. And yeah, we've got less players to pick from, but go as strong as you can against Brentford. Obviously, man, want to take the FA Cup seriously. Norgard, all these guys, even Noni. Max Dowman, get fit, man, because me, I'd start you against Wigan. Sesko has got a rocket of a shot, would have been useful for a low block. I would like to see at least 5 to 10% more from Madueke. He's been good, but I feel like there's something missing. For me, Noni, it's decision-making, isn't it, broski? Like, that's it. You're not the worst player. I actually like you. I maintain I wouldn't have bought you. I've said this in the summer. I said this last week. I've said it now, and I'm going to say it again. Noni wouldn't have been on my list because I just felt where we are now, we need more sure bets. Guys, to take this up to another level. I think Noni sang from the same hymn sheet, and I hate all of this. As we get better as a team, if you want to do the development thing, go find a young man from Brazil or whatever. I feel where Noni is, you obviously at Arsenal, but you played for PSV, played for your country, played for Chelsea. Fair enough, you're only 23, but fair enough, you're a fairly established player. And Wenger always says that 23, that's where you arrive as a footballer. I don't really want to sign players where we keep saying if and but he could do this and that and the other. I'd also say I don't think Noni was you could be frustrated, but I think that frustration led to making out he's a terrible footballer. He's definitely not the best, but he's definitely not as terrible. He's definitely not as bad to warrant like all the petitions and whatnot. And I like his personality. I just want him to do well, man. And one thing I don't like here is I can think you're the best thing since sliced bread. I can think you're shit. But once you sign for my football club, you deserve my support. Now, support don't mean blindlessly whatever in it. Like, if you play good on Tuesday, you'll get. If you play bad, we ask that. But I do think he looked a bit shook and he's growing in confidence. And it's not going to make sense. But I do think a lot of our players are a bit static and robotic and a bit predictable. I think Madueke goes against the grain in which you could argue the best attackers are predictable because you know what they're going to do. But and unpredictability is only of a certain thing. But it comes down to goals and assists. So Noni, you got to fix yourself up. And I know you're trying. I know that's something, regardless of where you thought you was going last summer, that's something you wanted to bring. Arteta, you knew that was a thing. And if I'm completely honest, moving it away from Noni, I'm looking at Arteta because I know what I'm getting with Noni. I knew we are going to be in this scenario. You have shown me you can chuck it against Carlo Ancelotti and Luis Enrique and Pep Guardiola, and you've gone to war with some decent managers, whether you won, lost, or drawn, they all rate your thing. You've got Arsenal to this. You've got your license. You've worked under Pep Guardiola. You're the guy, innit? I'm just an armchair expert. So I'm looking at you. You're telling me this thing's gonna bang, make it bang. Because I am getting to that scenario. My attackers, man, need to get double figures, man. There's still too much unknown business, if I'm honest. Spurs to get relegated. We need West Ham to do a Mazza. Come on, you Irons. I'd love it to be the case, man, but I feel like last season, Spurs are going to get lucky in that they're just 3 teams shitter than you, innit? Brentford away is difficult, bro. Like, let's be honest. Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, definitely Tottenham, Chelsea, City, the list, insert team here, yeah? Who else could lose their star manager or the manager that's led this thing since they've come back to the Prem? Their captain, Norgard, and their star man in Mbuemo, and Visa as well. And you'd have to talk to them, but the recruitment's been good. The manager's been good. They're doing their thing. Like, they actually could get Europe, which I think they would need a bigger squad. So you've got Brentford is not going to be easy. And they're another one that's, I think Brentford they won't get their credit, but we said it. Like, they are one of the most forward-thinking clubs in the league, and they've displayed that since they've got promoted, even down to when they got rid of their academy structure and had a B team. They were the first that I saw was on this set piece and throwing thing, everything they're doing, people. So yeah, man, it's interesting. DG, how you doing? Just pulled up that Zubi goal, signing of the season. Arsenal signing of the season's got to be Zubi. Out of all the new summer signings, who showed the most consistency? For me, it'd be one of them. It would be them. It'd be him. Relative to when he's played, I might give it Mascari. You know, obviously, the Eze's, the Manuekes, the Gyokeres, these are the more talking points. There's a bit left field, but Gyokeres' game reminds me a bit of Vardy, minus a bit of pace and finesse, just in terms of what he tries when he's always running off the shoulder. And that's another thing, man. The ball's effing running behind for him. Like, because there was a point. Gyokeres is making the runs. It's not happening. There's a bit of, is it ever going to happen? DG, if you was a betting man, how many / what trophies are we winning this year? Appreciate bias is baked in. If I was a betting man, you could only go as high as 2 because you're in a final where you got a 50% chance. Anything can happen, but you're in the driving seat for the Premier League with 9 points, 13 games. Champions League, we've displayed we've done well in the league phase. We've gone from a quarters to a semis last year. Obviously, didn't win it. That trajectory could happen, but you just don't know the moment we're going to be in. You don't know the players that are going to be fit. You don't know who we're going to play. You don't know when the draw is made in terms of when the draw is made, when are these games coming and when. There's just too much element of unknown. You just got to keep boxes smart and stay in the competition. Not to that extent, but the FA Cup has to be the same because, we got past Portsmouth. Remember the magic of the FA Cup, crazy things could happen. I remember Wigan beating City in the final. You've got to get through that, but you don't know. And in the last 2 years, we've gone out to Man United and Liverpool, so we don't know how it's going to work out with the bigger teams, man. Eze was all right today. With Odegaard's injury, he should have more game time. I hear it, but his thing is, I did think we could try Eze off the left today, but Trossard's one of the first names in the team sheet for me. I didn't think Jesus would start, and I wasn't going to sit and say I was going to start Jesus, but Gyokeres would play. I do think the Kai Havertz in midfield thing, I'm never an advocate for it per se, but in the Odegaard role, I think that's the thing. So it's like, how do you get Eze in? Like, I'm not on dropping Rice or Zubamendi in a game like that. That's a myth. You could argue they're very different, but if Eze can play off the left, could he play off the right? Maybe you could drop out Noni. It's just not a thing, man. Everybody kisses Jose's ass, but we can't do the win at all cost style. Forget the losers below us. I never understood the need for approval from people who don't support Arsenal. It's been going on for over a decade. Josh, neither do I, bro. And I think there's layers to it. I think there's what you're saying, and I think there's people that obviously we can all see we're judged very differently. There's evident double standards. So them lot, I understand it. Like, I understand it. You're going mad. It makes you pissed, but it's been going on for years. It's been going on for more years than I've been alive and whatnot. And it's been going on from the beginning of time. It's never going to change. So let them talk, man. Let them talk. This is why I'm just on this winning thing now. Because you think you think Arsenal fans are unbearable. And of course, there defo is. But what fan we know? What section of fan bases don't have guys that are mad optimistic, guys that are mad pessimistic? We're winning the quadruple, because I heard Liverpool fans say they're going to win the quadruple as early as last year. And that's what football fans do. But everybody's holier than thou. Arsenal fans are the only ones that sin. Crucify us, do what you want to do. And even that, if you say this about Arsenal, this is why it's hypocritical, because you say this about Arsenal fans. All you do is talk on my team. All you do is talk on the fans. All you do is talk on Arteta as a coach and how he stands and whatnot. You talk on what the Banksy paintings and whatnot. If you lot shut up about it and stop engaging, you must like us, because you dedicate your lives to us. I dare any media platform that's not Arsenal related, any media platform, any content creator, don't talk about my team for a week. I know them engagements is going to drop his peak. You won't though. So you support us, really? You love us, really? Because I know if I don't like someone or something in life, I'm not giving it my energy. But hey, little old cereal bottlers Arsenal, eh? Smash the like button. It's a great Saturday, isn't it? Nelly is ideal to bring on when we're leading the game. Also, Norgard's pass to Nelly must be acknowledged. Big up Norgard, man. Hope you win a league title, but would have loved for you to play more significant football. Big up Keith Andrews, man. Will always show love to Brentford for right. Love for that. Do you know what? Yeah, in Arteta's reign, we've definitely taken some beatings, and there's definitely been games where we've lost where it's bruised your heart. Not even necessarily when we were crap, but Brentford, I'll never forget that game, opening game of the season. I don't know why, I'd be on the obvious. I don't think I'll ever forget it, man. And even Keith Andrews, it's weird. I'm only 30, but a long time ago, I crossed into this weird scenario where guys that you used to watch play football are managers and doing other things. Some are having, like Rooney's got a son that's probably going to make debut soon. It's getting weird, man. But yeah, big up Keith Andrews. I'm sure you was at Blackburn and that. At this point, we don't need to depend on other teams' results like Liverpool versus Man City. We're doing this on our own. Brentford changed modern football by bringing back the long throw. Well, they're a very forward-thinking club. Who would have known long shots against low blocks and rigidly set up teams can win your games? I mean, it's nice to see we've learned that now, isn't it? Quadruple becoming more possible after every game. It's easier said than done. Like, we're in the League Cup fight. If you asked me before, like, a ball was kicked between the two legs against Chelsea, I would have said 1 trophy. Pardon me. 1 to 2 trophies minimum if you were to put a gun to my head. Like, you, for me, I can only realistically see the league and the League Cup, or one of the two, if not both. I can't necessarily see the Champions League right now. Obviously, I hope we can. You lot know, if you was asking me to pick a trophy for the players, I'd go with the Premier League, because God forbid, but if it doesn't go how it needs to go, I don't know what we do, how we pick ourselves up, what the dressing room is going to look like. So for you, I would pick that. If you're asking me as a fan, even right now, with it being 13 games left, 9 points, if you offer me the Prem and the Champs, or you don't even have to offer me, like, you're definitely not winning one. If you offer me the Champions League right now, and it's unknown how the Prem's going to point out, for me, myself, I'm taking the Champions League. I want the Champions League. I say this every year. I think we're too big of a club to have only gone to the same amount of finals as Tottenham Hotspur. I think them lot, fair enough, they bought it, but they've done it twice. And you know what's so mad? I have to big up Man United, because there's a reality here. Chelsea could have had 3 Champions Leagues. We know, obviously, Havertz scored the winner for them. You know, and to be fair, you know what? One of the best finals I actually watched was Chelsea against Bayern Munich, because for what Chelsea did at that stage there in Bayern's backyard, I respect it. But John Terry slipping it. I have to big up Man United for that. And even John Terry, you dickhead about Arsenal are celebrating too much. You thought you was going to get into you. Big bad John Terry, Chelsea legend, England legends, turned into a TikTok Medina influencer. You recorded yourself thinking, oh, they're going to score an equalizer and da-da-da-da. Shut up, man. Racist as well. And you can't tell me shit about celebrating, because I'm old enough to remember you even put on your shimpas, you bloody wallad. Great centre-back, shit human being. Hey, you meant to be a manager? Or you hiding behind doing the academy coaching thing? Pussy, shut up, man. Shut up. I don't talk about my fucking club, dickhead, man. Suck him on, man. Yeah, you're moving too, man. You got a big heart, man. You got a big heart. Bit rude, bit unfiltered. But yeah, man. If Havertz makes the 10 his own, then Eze might have to figure out left wing. No, don't get it twisted. This Havertz thing, we're riding it until the wheels fall off. This is an option, but this ain't no long-term thing. I'm not on that. Like, I'm not on that. It's just, I see the landscape. I feel he helps us become a bit more unpredictable. And football is based on predictabilities. We know how teams are going to set up. They know how we're going to set up. I think Havertz is a bit of a spanner in the works with Gyokeres. If we're comfortable enough in the league by the time the champs knockouts roll around, do you reckon Arteta will still go full strength in the league games or rotate so he can have a go in the champs? Josh, the league would have to be mathematically confirmed. It's rolling like it'd have to be like a Liverpool thing last year, innit? Like it's mathematically confirmed that we're there. If it's not mathematically confirmed, it's still gambling, bro. Because you're imagining points. You need to go out there and get them, if that makes sense. That transfer window was massive. And you know what? Yeah, one does wonder. No 2 seasons are alike, but you see everything we did in the window this summer. Well, summer of 2026, if 2025, apologies. If we did that in summer of 2024, who knows what would have been achieved, man. But I can't cry over spilt milk. All we can do is use the pain of tomorrow, innit? And here we go again. Like I keep saying, no slow Odegaard, no one-trick pony Saka. Now we're cruising again. There's always them guys. Okay, you say that. When the last 3-4 years, how many of the greatest performances or results have been achieved with Saka? And if we roll into a Champions League final or any sort of final, it's Saka. Less said that, man. Less said that. Until we have that, no doubt, we have that shaky bit of form. You know, do you know how fickle football is? I'm not saying you're saying this, Andy, but you see, like the last 2 games, the lineup has been great. And take me for example, the Havertz Gyokeres thing. When the game comes around and it don't work, man, I'm gonna say, oh, try Wonderguard and whatnot. Full kit wanker, bro. That one Champions League is all I need in this life. I couldn't care less about football. Bro, I could die happy, man. DJ, at what age, in your opinion, has one earned unk status? No, I've been an uncle for a very long time. Like, way before. I don't know, man. And I got a baby face as well. But I would say for me, I must have been about 25. And I went to Sainsbury's and there was these school kids. And one of them said, yo, unk. And I'm not thinking you're talking about me. I'm in my own world. They're like, oh, yo, unk. Once tapped me like, yo, unk, have you got the time? So I'd say that. I was like, huh? Who's your? I've told you this before. I was like, who's your uncle? I don't know you. I've got 2 nieces and a nephew. I'm not your black clout uncle. What are you talking about? So yeah, I don't know though, man. Last 3-4 years, we finished second 1-0. So hopefully the boys, everybody included, every player that is registered, from the youngest in Max Dowman to who'd be the oldest? It's got to be Norgard, didn't it? Do the job, celebrate, and then enjoy what it feels like in May. You look, go on your holidays. We should be even hungrier next year, because when you're at the pinnacle, the only way is down. There's a reason Arsenal haven't, unfortunately, retained a Premier League title. That's the hardest thing to do. And I can't go back in time, but in the last 3 years, it would be 4 including this, but in the last 3 years, no, it hasn't happened. And there's been different reasons and micro reasons, but the macro is we haven't done it, in it. No of them 3 years have been alike, but we never done it. In my heart, it pains me, because you can't tell me we couldn't have done the Leicester thing in the first year and just, obviously, we know how it panned out, but grab the title. In short, one does wonder, could we have won 1 league title? Could we have won 2? Could we have retained 1? Could we have won 3? Could you have won 1 of the 3? Could you have picked up more domestic cups? You've got, the past brings regrets, the future brings uncertainty, and you've got to seize the present moment. And that's what we need to do now, man. Because other teams, I do think people do all this, other teams are going to invest. Well, what we're going to stand still. Everybody's going to try their luck and aspire to invest and get better and whatnot. And however each season pans out, it pans out. But I don't want to look back, and this is why I need to get over the line this year. I don't want to look back and think, you know what, fair enough, City were this and Liverpool that and this happened, but we had some golden opportunities to really seize that kind of period and we didn't do it. I'm not on it, man. But make more moves, double treble, we own it. I hear it, man. I hear it. You see how Zubimendi always keeps scoring goals when Odegaard isn't playing? I need an explanation. Zubi and Gyokeres has changed a lot since the United game. Nah, I'm with you, Andy, man. DG, in the culture we know, we call it the older man, them uncle. It's a sign of respect. Well, that's what I tell myself, bro. Call me your uncle, bro. I'm not your uncle, bro. I'm not your uncle, bro. Like, don't call me that. Don't call me that, bro. DG, faith is the substance of things. Hope for the evidence of things not seen. We're a big club. Come on, you gunners. And just keep moving. When everyone ever asks me what we're winning this year, I always say, hopefully the next game is too early. Okay, I'm copying that. Hey, Rob, I'm copying that. Arteta be proud of that. What do you think Arsenal are winning, Tiff? I'm on talk. What do you think Arsenal are winning? Hopefully the next game. And even me, I've clocked my language changed. I'm doing less diplomatic things. And I remember seeing that change in Arteta when they used to ask him, do you want to win the league? Yeah, we're Arsenal, we're a big club. Now he's very specific. And this is the realm I want to be in. We've got no God-given right to win shit. But, like, come on, man. We've come too far to turn back. There's been too much pain. Let's just do it, man. Let's just do it, man. And with that being said, Arsenal end the day 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League for the first time since the final day of the 03-04 title winning campaign. What to be with 11? Crazy stuff. Our results this season, we've done it. The performances are one thing, but we actually haven't tasted defeat that many times. It's annoying to lose to United, frustrating as hell to draw with Forest, definitely frustrating to draw with Liverpool, and I was more on Arteta. To lose at the end against Villa was horrible. Sunderland was mad, but was 15 minutes away from winning. City, I feel Arteta, if you approach the second half, and hindsight's 2020, but if you approach the first half how you did in the second, I think there's more to give. You can hide behind the fact that it was a great strike from Szoboszlai that condemned us to a defeat, but I think the 20 minutes before that goal went in was probably on the gaffer. So yeah, Gyokeres has now scored 6 goals in all comps in 2026, more than any other Premier League player. Talk on my guy, man. David Raya has now kept 13 clean sheets in the Premier League this season, equalising his tally from last. And this is why it's mad, because I don't think we're defending to the same standards we are this year compared to last year. But wait, so what the hell were we doing last year? I know last year was a bit of an anomaly for us, but yeah, last year was mad, bro. It was mad. And yeah, man, obviously Trossard got an assist for Zubamendi Screamer. Gyokeres obviously was assisted by Kai. Martinelli off the bench, super subs full stop with Gyokeres. Gyokeres at the double victory, as Arsenal tweeted. In his last 8 games, a golden assist against Chelsea, didn't bag against Forest, bagged against Inter, didn't bag against United, he did come off the bench. A golden assist against Kairat, bagged against Leeds United, didn't score unfortunately against Chelsea, but he's at the double against Sunderland. So yeah, man. He's doing his thing, people. He's doing his thing so good. I got it twice. Our next 6 games: Brentford away, Wigan at home, Wolves away, Tottenham away, Chelsea at home, Brighton away. Now, we have seen teams capitulate. It's down to us. It doesn't slip. All you can focus on is Brentford. And even that, after the Wigan game, we're on the road for a bit. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Big up these two, man. Shout out Gyokeres and Kai Havertz, blossoming relationship. Martin Zubamendi has now scored 6 goals in all comps this season: 2 against Forest, 1 against Villa, 1 against Chelsea, 1 against Leeds United, and 1 against Sunderland. So another one that's found 2 goals in 2 games, man. Of all the summer signings, only Hugo Ekitike, João Pedro, and Mbeumo have scored more Premier League goals than Victor Gyokeres. Ekitike's got 10, João Pedro and Mbeumo got 9, Gyokeres got 8. Doing all right, I must say, then, people. And big up Declan Rice as well, man. I just wanted the picture there. 30 minutes played, 7 touches, 2 touches in the up box, 2 shots, 2 goals, 4 goals in his last 4 games for Victor Gyokeres, people. And yeah, you can see I'm not letting you lot forget Zubamendinho in it. 3 goals in his last. Okay, that was obviously before he got his second in it. So yeah, Martinelli on his part in the win against Sunderland. In the Premier League, it's always like that. As the game goes on, I think it starts to open up. I think we did well. They had to attack, and it was a good hook from Christian Norgard. Big up Norgard, I think, and it was just me and the defender. I tried to be quicker than him and get to Vic. I told him the other day that I didn't mean to steal his goal against Kairat. Was it going in? But I think I gave him 2 goals already against Leeds and today, so he needs to give me 1 more. Love the banter. At the other end, our 21st of the season at the other end, we kept a clean sheet, which is our 21st of the season from 39 games. And Gabby believes the whole team deserves credit. Yeah, exactly. We attack together, we defend together, we fight in midfield together. Yeah, I think we run quite a lot as well up front, but yeah, amazing. Gabby, Saliba, Ricky, JT. Who's JT? Oh, Juri and Timber. Oh, thinking because we were talking about John Terry, but yeah, Piero, Mascara, everyone, they work so hard and you see the results. They're so good at training and it's hard to score against us. Fair play. What's the gaffer said? On the reaction to the performance, very, very happy, obviously, with the win, with big parts of the performance, with the clean sheet as well, because it's a really tough opponent. They're really good at what they do, really good at breaking play, playing to the last line, breaking your press, holding the ball, and it's very difficult to get sequences with threat and momentum consecutively. But we knew that. I think the first goal really helped to unlock that kind of phase. And then again, the finishers, they came on the pitch and immediately they had a huge impact on getting 8 goal contributions in as many games for Gyokeres. Yes, and I think the way he came in, but he was ready straight away. When he got the lineup and he wasn't in, everybody reacted in such a way because we know we're experiencing it every 3 days, how important the finishes are, the impact that they're having on the team and the results and where we are at the moment. So I'm really happy. On if he's expecting us to score from outside the box, why would you want to stop? I remember how many goals we scored from outside the area? Noni scored a cracker against Club Brugge. Zubi's got 2. And to be fair, Rice did have a shot. I don't know, people. Feels like there might be more, but I don't know, man. Does Gyokeres against Inter count? It does, yeah. Gyokeres is against Inter, I guess. But yeah, again, it's a situation that you get with time and space. If the space is not in one place, Havertz had an effort as well that didn't go in. It will be somewhere else. But yeah, as well, there were three really good shots, and Zubi's is a special one. He's contributing now to the team in a way that probably we didn't expect that much. You're a liar, Gaffer. That's what you're telling us. I know you expected this and more, and you're probably telling him there's more. But fair enough, Arteta's a madman. But he really has an intuition and quality to deliver those moments in and around the box. On Gyokeres again, well, the type of character that we expected, and obviously when you put that shirt on, it comes with a lot. My number 14 with a lot of responsibility and huge expectations, and you need to live with that. And in your journey here, you're going to have moments where it goes really well, and others that are going to be tough. Because as well, you have an opponent that plays a part, and he makes it really difficult for you. But I love his character, the way he approaches every single day, and the fact he's focused on the present and what he has to do. He has a genuine will to help the team in whatever role he has. And again, if we win this title, yeah, there's a lot of people I need to stop off from. You lot, don't let me forget we need to target Erling Haaland's dad, because when we beat them 5-1, he started doing Twitter fingers. He's cosplaying through his dad. You know how some people live their dreams through their kids. Think about Roy Keane. Don't vote with beef my team. We ain't done nothing to you. Anyways, Roy Keane still being a pundit. Shit. Haaland, man. Right out for your dad, bro. Anyways, yeah, with Victor, when you look at him, it's very difficult to understand his emotion because he looks straight at you and you don't really know, but he doesn't seem too affected by whether they're really highs or lows. And that's what we need, the stability. He's very demanding of himself. He's constantly trying to improve, and that's really, really good. What has he said here? That's the magic word, I think. When you feel confident, when you feel important, when you feel at your best, that's when you can really take your game to the highest level. We all try. The first one, the teammates, but all the staff, obviously really behind him every moment to try to help him, to try to support him, and he's delivering, and he's in a really good moment now. On Mr. Kai Havertz, well, I suppose with the kind of game that we expected as well, and the way they play, and the type of threat that we wanted to create as well with him and Gabby in and around the three centre defenders, I was so proud of Daniel Ballard just to see, we speak about adversity with Gyokeres. You don't know I do a lot of videos, not so much now, I need to get back to it, about academy talents. And sometimes it's the ones you don't expect. One thing I like about Daniel Ballard, he got released by Arsenal. Then they gave him a new deal. He's always had to react to adversity. To see what he's done at Blackpool, obviously playing in Sunderland, getting a scholarship at Arsenal in the first place. Large up his thing, innit? Big him up, man. Big him up. But yeah. So yeah, something as well that we have to use, because we have very different qualities from Kai to Martin or to Ebbs or another attacking midfielder. He said, tomorrow, yes, I'm going to have a beautiful dinner tonight. Tomorrow, I start to prepare Brentford because it's going to be a really tough one. And in the meantime, for sure, I'll be watching a big game. On what it means to have a 9-point gap at the top, I don't look at the league table, but if that's really what we've got, great. Nothing. We still have to win so many games to achieve what we want. So there's no focus on that. That's something else. We've done our job now, and we've had what we have to do. So assess that, try to improve it, and get ready for Brentford. Well, Gyokeres back-to-back titles, Zubi replacing Partey, my centre-back signing new deals, Berta doing madness, Declan twice. You lot win this. This has to. Amazon Prime, all or nothing. All or nothing. Run it. But he's right on that. We have to do our jobs, people. On how much better we can get to try and win the Prem. I don't know, depending on how much better the other ones get. So if the other ones get better, we need to get better. There's an opponent on the level in the Premier League, honestly. Sunderland, they're a top side, and they make it so hard for you. And that's the level. If they raise it, you have to raise it again. And try to find those margins to win. But the differences are not that big. Great. Proud of the boys, man. Big up DJ. I can't believe I be talking about cringe with G14 celebrations, but support Spurs. Well, everyone's got an opinion in it. Michael, appreciate you. Good job on the likes, DG Nation. Come on, big up the nation. Liverpool under more pressure to perform with United's form. It's looking good for tomorrow. I think City will drop points at the minimum. The honest answer was Havertz and Gyokeres, not Havertz or Gyokeres. Yeah, but where's the fun in that team, man? You got to pick one, man. Come on. DJ, how hard is it to get tickets for an Arsenal game? I heard it's almost impossible unless you know someone. I plan to travel to London. I really need to see my club in the flesh. Extremely difficult, my guy. I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to get a ticket for the final. Probably got more chance of going on a date with Ashanti, and then if the date goes well, big up Nelly. Anyway, let's be positive. Boom, 9 points clear. Get me to 12 points, and I'll say the league's done. 12 points has only been caught 4 times. I said in August, and I somewhat still believe it, but I'm capping a bit. I think because of the journey we've been on and everything at the Emirates and whatnot, I think we're only thinking that the job is done when I hear the commentator say, and the 2025-26 winners are Arsenal, or I see the parade. Like, we just got to keep working. I'm literally an uncle, so I can't be offended. It's true, man. But Yeah, man. We just have to keep moving, man. We need to keep moving, man. I'm just sitting here doing what I do, smoking on a hot Spursy. Come on, big up United for that one, man. I want Thomas Frank to stay in his job, though, man. Like we've got to be shameless. Don't let them try to talk about Thomas Frank going. We have to blame Romero. Romero got sent off. It changed the game, innit? It changed the game. We can't. We need Thomas Frank is a silver man. Thomas Frank, Richarlison, Ruben Amorim for the first day of the season. We need you. We need you. We need you. Michael Carrick, because not only did you beat us and make us get back into gear, you obviously helped us out beating City as well. There's so many, and all the Peckham Reds, you're invited. Bring your cardboard cutouts. We beat Arsenal trophy. As to Emre, you're allowed to come as well, because nobody ain't muttering. Oh my God, we shouldn't have got rid of Emre. He was better for Arsenal than Arteta. Fuck off, man, with this bullshit, man. Big up Emre, but get out of here, man. Stop this nonsense, man. Stop trying to gaslight nonsense. John, big up yourself. Liverpool might not get Champions League football. They must beat City. Both teams need 3 points. I'm sure without context of what we know is going into it, Liverpool would take a point. City would take a point, especially City at Anfield. But a point doesn't do nothing for them. United are on to... Aston Villa was already a problem for anyone that was expected to get top 4. Aston Villa are still there. United are onto people. Liverpool's form's been shaky. City's form's been shaky. Chelsea won today, but it's been shaky. You know, I want United to get top 4. I want them to get top 4. I'd rather them do it than Chelsea. United, Liverpool, I don't really care. I personally think Aston Villa are going to rub out, and that's mainly me projecting because of what I think I know about Unai Emery based on this year here. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. Man, you've been dead all season with scamming win, but we'll finish above Liverpool. And again, what does that say about United? But crucially, what does that say about Liverpool? Be interesting to see, man. Spurs going down, Millwall and QPR next season. I'd love it, but I can't see it, man. There's teams worse than them, and that's the annoying thing in the last 2 years. That's the annoying thing. It'd be lovely, though, man. I don't think they make it back, man. The whole team's getting cleared out. It's a myth, man. Spurs don't sing from it because a manager leaving Spurs only changes half of it. Look at the recruitment. In the same way, somebody mentioned Brentford, right? It don't matter who's at Brentford, Thomas Frank or Keith Andrews. They're all aligned with the sort of football. There's a reason the manager, it's like he was always there. The players, it's like they was always there. Brighton, another example, what they had Potter. They've had a couple of managers. It's like with Arsenal. Everybody's singing from the same hymn sheet. Carrick, I think United should stay with him, but they need to backing don't mean just millions of players. Sing from the same hymn sheet. City, sing from the same hymn sheet. Chelsea, it's a mixed bag. 1 minute look like they're selling players like for profit. Then it's players for the first team. Thomas Frank leaves tomorrow. Nothing changes at Spurs. Sporting director's a mess. Everything's a mess. And long may it continue, man. Forget making this about Spurs. Rice was amazing today, as he always is. Declan twice. We're just too used to it. And I know Zubi scored a screamer, but I don't know why I'm not forgetting Rice's one. Arteta won't tell us. Maybe the players smelt it, and if you're confident, do it. But I saw too many shots from outside the area for me to think maybe that you didn't work on it, but you were told, listen, if you're feeling it, do it. And I liked Havertz one the most because the runs, I think Jesus and Madueke, the runs, not that I could tell professional footballers, much less them Arsenal footballers about stuff, but the runs they're making, there's no passing on. You might as well go for it, man. Shout out to Kai, man, because you've put in a shift, man, post-injury, man. Big up yourself. Got an assist today, stood up tall against Chelsea. The man are doing what needs to be done, man, but we enjoyed today. Tomorrow, it's irrelevant. It don't matter that you're in a cup final and you beat Chelsea and you got City are doing this and that. It's the focus now shifts and remains now on Brentford. And then after Brentford, you get where I'm going. Left foot in front of the right. Complacency can't creep in now. It feels like the job is getting done. It's not done yet. So, yeah, man. Chelsea and Spurs, I think, are in similar situations. Buying expensive young G's that aren't ready to do anything, then flip them later. Sacking gaffers at similar rates. It's true, but have Spurs ever really... Who have Spurs flipped? Because to be fair, that guy I've been banging on about, everyone loves him at Hamburg, their centre-half. He should be involved in their first team this year and definitely next year. They could sell him for profit. Chelsea will find a way to make bread. And even when they don't make a profit, they still do all right. Like, I don't remember if Blue Coat were there, if I'm honest, but they only lost 5 million from us buying Kai Havertz to the initial fee. And when you buy players, obviously, as you said, there's exceptions, but more time when you buy players, you know you're going to make a loss. And that 5 million basically won them the Champions League because he scored the winner in it. Half of them players I don't rate at Chelsea, but they will make profit and make bank they've also taken L's, Mudryk and that. Spurs ain't making no bread on no one. Who is there to make bread? There's probably 6 players max that you take from that Spurs team. like off the top of my head, and it's mainly on a name brand thing. If Kudus was available, you'd be interested. Madison, Kulusevski, I know he's injured, and this is what I'm saying, their names. I wouldn't have Romero, but Romero won't struggle to get a club. I'd have Van de Ven. Pardon me, I wouldn't have Spence for us, but I wouldn't cry if we got Spence. I think Spence could be part of the squad. I would have had Bentancur. I wouldn't have him now. I might be missing out on one more name. I wouldn't have Solanke, but he won't. Another one. He won't struggle to get a club. Xavi Simons won't struggle to get a club, even though I don't really rate his thing. So yeah, man. Big up yourselves, man. Big up yourselves. Only 4 or 5 players have quality and none are world class. True. Spurs. But you don't need to be world class though, man. Red cards and refs on a power trip is what messed us up for the most part. It's played a part, but I think it's a cop-out. I genuinely think it's a cop-out. And I think every Arsenal fan knows there's been parts where we've been done dirty, but you're lying to yourselves, man. Like, we can't lie to ourselves in life, no matter how difficult it is. Was Trossard taken off for injury or precaution, DG, or anyone have an update? To me, I thought he was just subbed. Don't scare me. They've been stained. I guess that's true. Spurs don't be selling ish. No VVS as well. Just a little Europa League over the years. Yeah, man, like, don't make red, but it doesn't change nothing. Because I do think, I know their fans want to lose games and do all of that nonsense, yeah, but let's be real. Players don't want to. It can't be nice going into training, getting battered. You won the Europa League. You probably would have said, yo, you know what, last year was a bit of a fluke. Let's pattern up. You don't want to be in that situation. And I do think, obviously, Spurs are in London. They've been in Europe. They've been doing things. There is an attraction to a degree to sign for them. But I think when you're in there, you just see it's a loser's thing. And I think with the way Thomas Frank speaks, and definitely with Postecoglou, I think the penny drops in that. Bro, the culture around here is horrible, bro. Like, horrible. Chelsea turned themselves into Strasbourg. Boy, I like Kulusevski, man. He's an Arsenal fan. Another one, welcome to the parade. Welcome to the parade, man. But with that being said, man, we've been here close to 90 minutes. I apologize for the fact that I couldn't be here with you lot. Big up yourself, DG2. We will be doing a City, Liverpool City watch along. We will be doing a watch along on Thursday. Obviously, I'll get the more condensed match reaction out for you lot. It's always a pleasure hearing you lot's thoughts. Without you lot, this thing's dead. We're close to 75,000. We're at 70K, 72K and some change. So yeah, man, Arsenal fan or not, DG Nation FC, we're the best team in the world, man. So you lot enjoy your Saturdays. And we'll link up again soon, man. Make sure you're subscribing, you're following, and all the socials. Information is in the description. One love. Big up everyone in the chat telling people for like the thing.